yourself. We're going back there and this drop. It's going to be a jump here at the end of it. I'm going to drop in a 40 real quick. So you want to enter the sanctuary. Alright. But there's only one way in.
Forever is the strangest thing. It's shorter than you think. No think.
Alright, we're clear. Welcome to the sanctuary. This is the heart. So I started Stream Punk Trail to show you what you can do when you're just starting brand new, trying to scout through an overgrown jungle. That was to help people that maybe just have nothing but just overgrown jungle to work with, and they just need to get a practice trail going. So that was the idea of Stream Punk. And I'll be going back to that to build up that tree drop and check in on it and use it from time to time to make sure it gets worked in, because I don't make trails I don't use. But I've got so many other projects calling to me, it's hard to stay focused on just Stream Punk. I mean, it's usable. I see what I need to do to make it bigger and better. So it'll kind of just hang out for now, get the rain on it, get seasoned, get smoother and faster. And I'll come back later, check it out, work on it from time to time. But this here, the sanctuary, this is an ongoing project. This is a perfect example that shows what you can do if you just work with the terrain. And this place is a couple seasons in, so I've had a lot of time to kind of dream work my way through this place, find all the lines, get them all cut out. There's always more ideas I have that I can do in here. And I mean, right now, as it is, everything's good in here. I like the way it is. I've got some small hops, some medium-sized jumps, a couple kind of like bigger, a little bit bigger jumps. But when locking in here, it's like a nice big floating jump line. And I've been thinking about that for a long time, and always with all my trail builds, I'm always just looking to find a way to put in a big floating jump line. That's pretty much the goal with everything. So I've been thinking about it for quite a while, where I could do that in here. And take you on a little tour around here and show you the lines. And I'm kind of maxed out on a lot of the lines. I mean, there's not much more room to go bigger and still make the corners and have it do what it does, you know. So there's limited spots that I can actually put in a longer jump line in here, but I think I've got something in mind. So I'll check it out. Like I said, I've had some time to work through this place, dream and work and plan and...
Yeah, what all I can do out here. I just kind of created one little session line at a time out here. It's not a really long area. I mean, the descents are not long. Like 30 seconds to a minute, you know, maybe barely over a minute for the best one, but the idea is just get in here and do little sessions. I mean, if you were going on a long trail and you came up to a sweet spot, you'd stop and you'd session it maybe like 20 times or whatever. So the idea is that if you just have a small spot, you just make the most of it by putting in as many different little session lines as you can. And you just run those over and over, and it's the same idea as sessioning a spot on the trail. The advantage with that is that you get down and you climb back up faster, so you can hurry up and get to the top of your run and reset to hit it again faster. So you actually get more jump time doing it that way than kind of just trying to ride on long trails only. Having those session trails like this really is kind of a booster. So just getting out and getting a quick ride, some quick jumps, run back up to the top real quick, just hit them over and over. But I've got lines coming through this place. It took multiple seasons of thought, and each little change, each little thing I did out here kind of just presented itself. Started out with one line and then kind of just checked along, spotting new things as that line got worked in, and then, oh look, I can connect this, or I can connect over here, or if this jump connects with this line, start changing it up. Or then I find a new jump and then make a new line out of it. So it's a little easier to work out here. It's more open. It's a little bit rocky, but it's a lot easier to work with. But even though I've got a lot of lines out here, the thing is that these all started as deer trails pretty much. And so I really didn't change anything that much. All I did was kind of just spot what was here and made the most of it. So everything you see out here is all just natural terrain that's been just enhanced to make it the best that it can be. And connecting lines together with the natural terrain that I can easily spend
the whole day out here.
If it wouldn't get dark, I'd still be out here. So up to this point, I've just gone with natural terrain for all my features. I mean, everything out here was already just a shape or lump or whatever. And all I did was just open it up and bring it to life. But, so I haven't really constructed anything out here. I kind of like made anything that's raised above the surface. It's all just been like the same style as stream punk, just coming in here and cutting a trail and just seeing what to work with. But I'm ready to put in a nice big jump line, and it's pretty obvious of where I can do it. So I got that nice big kicker down there at the bottom. It's got a little bit of this. Now it shows up. It's got a little kicker right there. It leads into that downslope and then gets into that. And with the way it is now, with each different line, I get some good speed coming off that, and I make it to my landing that I decided on down there. But I want to get bigger. I mean, I'm looking to try to make the biggest jump I can out here, and the biggest jumps put together into a nice floating line. That's the goal. So that's a nice finisher down there. But I can get more air off of it. I mean, I want to, like, really launch. It's an uphill landing, but I can scrape it out a little bit. And if I can get all the way up to kind of like the top of the little hill that's at the bottom of the tree down there, then it kind of levels out on its own, and that could be like a really nice big step up style kind of a jump. So I want to just maximize that. That's the goal. Everything else around here is good. It doesn't have a lot of room to max it out. Like, for example, you know, this tree drop here. It flows perfect like it is. Come down off there. It's a little tight and technical. You gotta get on the brakes right about where that sunlit edge of the berm is right there. And then you drop the brakes. No brakes coming into here. And that's what gives you that quick boost. Just drop right off here. And then land down in there. About where the bike is, but kind of like over to the left a little. You can see the berm, the landing zone in there. And it's got the perfect speed to just hook that nice long berm. It's not showing up, but there's a little kicker that kind of makes like a little double down there. You kind of jump down onto that little hill. You know, but I mean, it's a nice, good jump here. It's one of my favorite ones out here for sure. And it's a good drop. It's high speed. Kind of gives you a little bit of that stomach drop feeling, you know. And you drop into this berm and it's pretty sweet, but there's no room to maximize this anymore, really. I mean, I was looking at it, and if I try to build it up, I'm just going to get booted past my corner, and it's going to throw off the whole sweet little groove I have of dropping and carving that berm and then getting into the rest of the line. So, no room to max that out. I can build up this transfer double a little bit, but it's not really gonna, I mean, if I build it up, it's not really gonna change the flow of this that much. I'll just land down a little further, and then I'll probably get the same air coming off that, so. I think that what I really need to do is just put some nice big floaters in here. Maybe at least like one nice double or something. Kind of liven up this little run a little bit. Because this is definitely my best bet. I opened up this old deer trail a while ago because it leads straight down that way. And this is definitely my best bet for holding the max speed and having the most room on a sort of consistent, not too wild of a pathway here. Where there's room to kind of put in maybe a couple good floater style little kicker doubles. And then hopefully that's going to kind of keep the speed up. Hitting some nice steep landings, you know. Maybe that'll kind of pump it up, get a little speed going through here more. And then I'll see what I need to do to build up that little transfer double. maybe this will be like a nice little 4-pack run. A little bit tight in there for putting a jump. Have a couple little different options winding through that area, but it's pretty tight and tack in there. There's not a lot of room for anything big. This berm here is pretty high speed. And then I could put in the first jump like probably right about there where my shadow is. Yeah. I'm kind of seeing where I could at least start. I mean, I don't have a lot of terrain to work with. But I can see. If I put the jump here, then there's sort of some little dips in the terrain. And then if I put the landing right there, that's gonna be like a good double. So, for that, there's not enough dirt that I'm going to be able to work with just trying to scrape it up into shape. Unless it's going to be just like a little skimmer double. I'm going to have to look around and find building materials and all that. Find like a biggest log I can to start with. Alright. Found my first piece of the puzzle. Nice big log. Get things started, so just kind of looking for the biggest pieces I can find right now, just to get a pile started. Got another big old piece over here. There's the next one. Alright, so I had to do some off-camera harvesting and look around for quite a while. It's a little bit harder to find kind of like bigger pieces right around here. I looked around and found some assorted pieces. Put them together in a nice little puzzle there. You see this will be like the lip log right there. And then it's starting to get a little bit of a downward ramp. This one here is almost a little bit too tall. But it sits right there real good, so once the dirt's on there, maybe it'll be alright. I think I'll go grab Rakenstein now and pull as much dirt as I can from there and from all around. Probably dirt bag it a little bit too. See if I can get this covered up real quick. Get going with that.
Oh, this stuff's nice and soft. Oh yeah. see everything from right here. Nice big wide right here. I'm pretty much just gonna move this dirt over and his whole jump flip right here. That's a nice big pile to work with. I'll make a lot of progress with that. I'm going to pull some of the loose stuff in and jam it down in this spot. A lot of the stuff that I'm pulling up over the top is falling down in here. Just causing me double work. It's a lot easier to just pull this, jam it in there. Nice. I'm just using the flat side, pulling as much dirt as I can at a time. Just try to get it up as high as I can up here on the slope, on the face. As I'm doing that, it's building that transition. Moving that out. That's kind of like the bottom shape of it there. Starting to form. Losing dirt off the back. So I'm going to stomp this down and make kind of like a little catch for it. That'll keep it from all spilling along. All spilly. this shape work out, I can do that. So now I've got a good pile built up there that I can shape and work on. I want to make this a little bit less steep, so to do that, I'll just kind of cut like a staircase into the front. So I just kind of sliding the rake down the front like that, and letting it just kind of make a little pile where it stops. You have like a little stair. I'm going to do that again. Just however big the jump is, and however much you're trying to kind of like change the face of it, is how many stairs you make. But I only have room to just do 2 there, so I'll kind of bring this to fill that in. So it starts to kind of catch again. Just about until it kind of piles up to where it's going to start to overload that little stair you made, you know. And down to the other part. Kind of drag that out as much as you can. And start to bring top stair down into the lower one. And by doing that, you can start to change the shape of it from steep to more flat. Just kind of continue with that until you have it the shape you want. Top down here. I'll staple it. Start to pull out stone pieces. Real easy. Level this top out and see what I'm working with. I like the top angle there. This part's good. So I'll just kind of move down a step. Get any catchers out of the way. Don't want anything interfering with this nice smooth work here. Just going across until that middle part matches the middle of the top. There it goes, push it down. Bump it down again. more. It is, that's a better shape. And now if you have it changed out to be at the angle you want, you can come back in and stomp down into work again. Doesn't have to be too hard, just enough to get it to get solid. It'll stay in place and not tumble around. Not even really stomping, just kind of stepping on it. Using the toe to kind of feel where you need to push stuff down a little more. There we go, it's already holding the form. Great shape already. Stability on the back here. Now it's just time to kind of just fill it on up. Bring whatever dirt I can to just add to it and then just even it on out. This is almost ready for a little test. It's like what, 30 minutes? New jump. Not a super big one. Well, it's going to definitely add to the flow in here. Add a little more thrill to this empty spot in here. Yep. Fix the other side. That's pretty good.
Pretty nice little jump in a short amount of time.
Sets up the whole thing. It's getting into the dream time now. This is that cool spring thing going on. It's February, but it's going to be like 60 degrees today. The birds are singing, the frogs are going off at night. So I know it's going to get cold and rainy again. It always does that around here. But for right now, everything thinks it's springtime, so I'm going to do the same. It's a great day to get in and do something new in here. It's a sanctuary. I'm thinking that what I need to do is probably just put a landing for that spicy kicker in that midsection, because that's where the problem is. That's the problem of the puzzle there. the weak link in the chain, you know. I come off with pretty good speed coming through there, and then I hit that big spicy kicker, land flat, lose all the speed. So sometimes it's not all about just the big jumps. You need a good landing to go with the big jump. Otherwise, there's no rhythm. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Gotta put some rhythm in there. Keep that flow on the landing so it's ready to just launch full on off that next jump. I decided to keep the flow light and easy today. I'm rolling with the bike because I'm trying to get a ride in after I finish digging. I didn't feel like packing the rake this time, but got this little broken deal here. Little shorty. Super light and packable. I just throw this thing in the belt. You know, sword style. And I can take this even rolling on the bike. Not for super hard riding, you know, but just to get there. So, it's cool to have another more portable option. I'm going to throw together a landing with just a little shorty here and a dirt bag. Get it.
Dreamland. Yeah. Look at this stuff. I'm so glad I got in here and I groomed this up. And cleared out all the first layer, early winter debris. Man, it is just prime in here today. Look at this, kind of like ashy. Not loam exactly, it's a little more moist than loam exactly, but man, it's like tacky squish. It is good in here today. I'm so glad I got in here and I did the work to make sure this would be ready for the big storms coming in. Now that I actually got everything just packed down, just like I said, clean and in the shape that I want. There's barely any debris out here. This is just pretty close to prime out here right now. This is rad. What I was talking about is putting the landing in for this, the spicy kicker. It's got a nice little boost up plus a little bit of kind of like an angle sideways thing going on, so it throws you a little wild going off. So it's a little spicy, but I like it. Yeah, the jump's rocking. It's doing its job for sure. I've been hitting it full on and getting right about to here where the ground's starting to smash down a little bit. Right at the spot where I expected. So, this is a great spot to land right here. This is where I'm hitting. And I don't need to build it up too much taller to actually make it give some boost. But I think what I'm going to do, just for a little gap insurance, you know, close it up just a little bit. Just so that, just in case I don't make it, I'm not going to crack my frame or land in this dead man zone in here with all these spikes, or close it up a little bit. And I'll just do that by making this start of the downslope here the bottom of the landing instead of the peak. So I'm going to use that angle and just build up from there. And then it's going to flow down into the downslope like that. So that means that I pretty much just need to kind of build up this hole right here. And I've already got this old log that I was going to use. So now I know exactly where to put it and exactly what I want to do. So it's time to just get it in there.
I got my supplies to build this landing. Got everything I need right here. The log, and my trail tools. I'm gonna do the whole thing with just this. So, here it goes. That's how you build those riding muscles. Want to build up a landing taller. Put in a side frame like this. That's the whole point of doing all this. If I put in this side frame, it's going to catch the dirt, hold the dirt for me, and it's going to make it easier and faster to just build it up. I'll have to just fill in the frame.
Quick progress there. Definitely get the idea. Got some little side walls going. Then I'll just fill in that skinnier part and it's going to be way easier to get it built up. And it's going to hold the shape I need. What I need for this one too is kind of like that curved, downward sweeping kind of shape. I'm really kind of trying to just make this flow right into this berm. Gonna berm this out too. Basically the bottom of the landing just needs to connect with the start of the berm. It's gonna kind of right in here. And then the berm's gonna exit at the angle that spits away from this tree. Plenty of clearance. So this is gonna be the exit of the berm. Just kind of work with the shape just like that. It's gonna be easy to just get that going. And then that's gonna hold the speed and just aim everything so it just all flows down into here. And once that's all done, see how much more speed I can get out of it. And how much more air at the bottom. So I guess the next step is maybe like a combo. Maybe get like some rocks or cross logs or something that's not gonna dab and poke and stick up. Fill that hole a little bit. Right about to there. And then I'll be able to loosen this up, pull it back, and throw some loads on the top, and meet it all together like that. And that should be good. And then if I have to, I can break up and take from the middle, because that's just empty gap. Which I probably will do that. And then I can take from the front too, break that up and pull it in. So, got a solid plan going. This should be like some quick work from here.